The general election is less than 1 month away off the heels of the first presidential debate, and Marisa McKay is here with some more campaign talk in tonight's Choice 2012.
Welcome back, everybody, to Choice 2012 here on WBKB News. I'm Marisa McKay, and joining me once again is Professor of Political Science here at ACC, Tim Kuhnlein. So, Tim, we've discussed the economy, we've discussed the unemployment rate, and now the next big issue that nobody really seems to be talking about is this idea of foreign policy. Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, we obviously are still shell-shocked from the economic downturn. But what we fail to see, I think, and what's been terribly remiss in the discussion is the central role of foreign policy. You know, we can talk about it from the perspective of national defense, which is essential, but it's the linkage to economic prosperity and general welfare, our ability to sustain our position given all the threats, that it's, in my mind, is equally as important and very much tied to the subject of the economy. And I'm afraid we haven't been spending enough time emphasizing the duality here.
Definitely. And now, like the economy, we did have to spend 2 segments breaking that down because it is such a large umbrella issue, and the same goes for foreign policy. What are some of the major players here and the major areas of interest that people should be paying attention to?
Yeah, obviously the Middle East, and I think we're going to spend some more time talking about that more than anything. You know, the revolutions in the Middle East, the stability associated with it, with the Arab Spring, the problems in Egypt, but then we have the Iran-Israeli conflict, the nuclear containment in both respects. Recently, Syria and the recent events with Turkey sending missiles into Syria. All of this is an issue of regional stability, and it's overlaying the concerns with Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and so this is very, very pivotal. But then we can't forget about Europe and the financial solvency of that continent, and then China and Russia. China in terms of trade policy, the geopolitics of Southeast Asia, the current debates between China and Japan over control of local islands there, and China's military buildup, the issues of consolidation of power in Russia. I mean, all of this is coming to the question of balance of power.
Definitely.
How are we going to respond to this, and how can we afford to respond to this?
Exactly.
Since there's so much more emphasis on trying to get back to a domestic focus.
Exactly, and I think given what happens last month over in that region with our U.S. ambassador being assassinated, these are all interrelated events and definitely things we need to be discussing. So if you guys would like to join Tim and I next week on Choice 2012, we will be discussing Obama's comments to the UN, to the General Assembly, regarding this foreign policy issue. So please stay tuned, and feel free to email me at marissa@wbkb11.com if you have any questions or concerns.
And if you're interested in learning more about this election, the Association of Lifelong Learners is hosting a presentation this Thursday at 7 p.m. at ACC in room CTR 114 called What's a Stake This Round?